Sean O'Malley's coach Tim Welch blames the lighting as part of the reason for them losing at the Sphere at UFC 306. There was tons and tons of shots that barely missed by inches against Merab that would have completely changed the fight, and I think a lot of it had to do with the Sphere and the lighting.
No, get those lights off! Off! Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off.
This year's UFC Noche is supposed to be at Arena Guadalajara, but it's canceled shows through September 4th. The arena's completion is behind. It keeps getting closer to that September 13th Noche date, putting the location in jeopardy. Something that journalist Rodrigo Del Campo mentioned to the UFC a couple months back.
Dave Rodrigo Del Campo from Claro Sports here.
Hello.
Obviously a great announcement. The announcement of Guadalajara. Dana, in this room last year, said that he was looking forward to the arena being finished and going to the arena. Yet, the arena presents a 1 month delay today. There were a lot of concerts booked between February and March and April. What are the assurances that the promoter and the arena have given you for your date to be reserved for the pay-per-view?
I mean, we've been in constant contact with them, enough so to be able to announce tonight. If we weren't confident, we wouldn't be announcing the fight.
Perfect.
We tried, right?
I tried.
We did our best. That's all
I
that
did
matters.
my best. We tried.
Maybe next year we'll come back and try it again.
Next year. I'll come back and I'll try it next year.
Dr. Chris and his wife, Julie Stelflew. Mr. and Mrs. Stelflew, a number of years ago in Las Vegas, were coming down a hallway trying to get to their room, encountered a maniac. Me. And I apologize. I wanted to apologize for a number of years, but it just wasn't right. It's a whole situation, and it just takes time. But I got to tell you, it has been bothering me. I would extend this apology to their children. Their children were not present, but I have children. I could reverse the role and think of myself as a child with my own parents. Your parents get drugged through the media and a legal case because they encounter a madman while doing what they should be doing in a hallway, which is walking to their room. I mean, I got to tell you, you wrote an apology, and I sincerely give you one. I was by myself when I met them. I was on my trip with my wife, and because of that, there was something I had heard, or combination of you guys had asked me. My wife had nothing to do with the story. They've all never seen, never even put eyes on one another. This is very specifically to the madman, from the madman in the hallway. Me. To Mr. and Mrs. Stelflew, I sincerely apologize. I would like to repeat, I also apologize to your family, your children specifically. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Charles Oliveira says he's going to knock out Ilia Topuria. 10 of his 35 victories are by KO, so that's 28% of wins by knockout. For Topuria, 38% of his wins are by KO. 6 of 16 wins are by KO. Actually, 50% of his wins are by submission, because earlier in his career, he was more of a submission artist than a knockout artist. His first 7 victories were by way of submission.
To watch Islam and Topuria, and I think right now, I think Ilia Topuria would beat Islam Makhachev. We know it's very hard to knock Volkanovski out. You know how good Volkanovski show up on his last performance against a very dangerous guy. You know, Volkanovski, he looked on his prime again. He did the 5 rounds, man. And Max Holloway just went to the lightweight division on the beginning of the last year, knocked one of the most dangerous guys in the division, and then got back to 45 and got knocked out by Topuria. So that shows Topuria is, I think he's the real deal. And I think with his grappling and like the way he moves his head and his boxing, I think he would impose a lot of trouble to Islam Makhachev. But now it's just speculation. We're not gonna see that fight anytime soon. So let's see what Charles and and Topuria gonna do.
Khabib has a new training center in Dagestan. He says the money he made from the Conor McGregor fight is what got him to build it. I flew to America, took part in the biggest confrontation in the history of martial arts, beat up someone who didn't like it. They still paid for it. And upon arrival at home, he invested them in this beautiful corner in Dagestan. This training base has an interesting history, and I would like to add something else. I will not take away these investments in my life, and I did not have a goal to do this, and I do not. My goal was something else. Former UFC fighter Ian Heinisch is the president of BKFC Ice Wars. Their first show is going to be June 14th, Canada versus USA in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Eric Anders versus Christian Leroy Duncan on August 9th. Jeremiah Wells is out of his fight next weekend against Andreas Gustafsson, so they're looking for an opponent for Gustafsson. Nick Klein versus Pulev, August 2nd. The Ultimate Fighter returns next Tuesday, May 27th. It's DC versus Chael as coaches. They do not fight at the end of it. Robert Whittaker has fought both DDP and Hamza Chimaev. He definitely thinks that DDP will get taken down by Hamza, but he doesn't know if Hamza can finish the fight on the ground. If he can't, the doggedness and the gas tank of DDP may be a factor in the fight.
Can he stop his takedown? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Dricus will stop Chimaev's takedown.
Okay.
I like it. It's like, oh, hey, trust me, it's kept me up at night. Just running it back.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a way, but it's tricky. Okay, because once he gets his hand on you, once you back up on that fence, he's going to stay there on you. Now, can he do that? Can he? Because I believe he will get Dricus down. He will control him for a round. But if he can't put him away, what does he look like coming out in round 2?
Yeah.
And then let's say he does it again. What does he look like coming out in round 3? And then we've got that Usman fight again. Okay, and Dricus, like, he's got a gas tank.
Yeah.
He's got that dog in him. He can. If you don't put him away, he'll keep fighting. Like, he'll keep coming at you with his bombs and his punches and his kicks. He'll keep doing it, like, and until the bell rings. And I think that's one of his superpowers.
Yeah.
I guess that's the biggest thing in play for this fight. It's just like what Chimaev does with the takedowns. Because I believe there is no doubt in my mind that he gets them. But what does he do with them?
How does it feel to be retired, Jon Jones? I don't know if I call it retired. I feel like I've always had the ability to pop out and show them. I've had many breaks throughout my career. My identity outside of fighting is well intact. I'm genuinely enjoying life, growing in different ways.
To address for everybody that people come up to me and tell me, you know, I know you feel entitled to all of this properties that your parents had and this and that, but you didn't buy it, you didn't build it. And I just want to say right now, that's all bullshit. The whole time I kept this family afloat for years, from the financial crash in 08 all the way till today. The bowling alley, only one business is in there buying the whole thing. These people are crazy, identity thieves. You see this right there? See all this right there? Fighting. Always having money, liquid cash. These belts, that's what the UFC gym is there right now. Paying the mortgage for the bowling alley. And these people are crazy.